I figured we would do a fun little reading on good things that are happening during the next year. If you're in school or not, it really doesn't matter. This is for everyone. So we've got our 3 piles. We have the wooden rhino, we have a sea sponge, and we have an onyx snail. Pick your pile. You might have more than one, and we will get into it. Pile number 1, you chose this wooden rhino. Let's see what good things are going to be unfolding for you within the next year. We are going to start off with the Everyday Tarot. This is the mini deck. There is also a full-size version. We have the Ace of Wands and the Fool. So it's looking pretty good, you guys. I feel like you're going to be finding a sense of adventure and enjoyment, and you're going to be finding your passion, and you're going to be feeling brand new. Honestly, like it's a whole new thing. Even if it's not, you're going to be reigniting that. This is the Akashic Tarot. Add some, number 22. 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan, and the 2 of Forces, the Willow. So I feel like the good things this year that are coming for you, not only is this renewed sense of adventure and excitement, but also the ability to build a solid foundation using what you know and what you have learned, and really being able to lay those roots as deep as you can, or build the foundation. And also being able to receive guidance and act on that guidance from others, from spirit, the universe, whatever it is that you believe. I forgot what this deck is called, but I will link it below. Healing in the dark. Nothing is permanent. Light is always within reach. So this is all coming after, like, last year might have been rough for you. And I can absolutely relate to that. Last year was the closest thing to hell that I've ever really experienced in my professional life and any job I've ever had. But that's okay. We survived. We made it. But this year, I'm already feeling much better. I'm in a much nicer environment. And I'm hoping that this is the same energies that you guys get to feel, because Lord have mercy, I quit my job at least 3 times a day last year. This is the Moonology Oracle. Balance spirituality and practicality. A fiery climax approaches. So you are going to be able to find some balance. This is not just going to be all fire all the time. It's not something that you're going to burn out on, like I said, because you have worked on laying the foundation. You are working from the knowledge that you already have and that you're receiving. But it's really just going to be super exciting. And I'm sorry if you can hear the crickets in the background. We have trash. Quiet. Broke. Flowers. And birthday. So I really feel like this last year you have dealt with a lot, from struggling with maybe your mental health, your physical health, your financial health, secrets, gossip, drama, all the negative things. And sometimes we go, like, I honestly don't even know why we go through some of the things we do. There's a reason, I'm sure. And if we look back, we can probably find that reason. It's going to depend on you and your specific situation. But with the flowers and the birthday, I really just feel like this is going to be a very good year coming for you guys. You're going to be receiving gifts. You're going to be receiving insight. You're going to be receiving just a lot of good blessings in many different forms. And it's going to feel like your birthday more than just once this year. And I'm really excited for you guys. So let's get you an angel number for the year. Just maybe something to look out for. Number 30, I am imaginative. Number 19, I am a pioneer. Number 23, I am adventurous. And finally, number 13, I am confident. This is your year. You are going to be in the full energy, jumping off of cliffs, making those leaps of faith, and really just doing everything that you want to do and feeling the freedom that you just absolutely did not have the ability to feel in the last year. You're going to really be able to breathe and feel like you're not being crushed by all of the things that are outside of your control. And I'm really excited for you guys. That's what I'm seeing for you for this year. You chose the wooden rhino. And I wish you the best of luck, and I'm very excited for you. All right, pile number 2. You guys chose the sea sponge. So let's see what good things are coming for you this year. I feel like this might be my sensitive pile, just because the sponge, maybe you guys are empathetic, but we will get into it. We have the Lovers. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And we have the Tower. The Devil, the 10 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. So it has been a sensitive year for you, and I feel like this coming year, you've really been working hard on things, either your interpersonal relationships. I can kind of see it both ways, really just depending on who you are and where you're at in life and whatnot, but either this is about a specific relationship that you've had to work on getting yourself out of and freeing yourself from. And even though that was very, very difficult for you, it's something that you knew was necessary in order to really take on the rest of your life and build your legacy and get to where you wanted to be. Because sometimes people can't come with us. And with the 5 of Swords, I feel like this is something that was very difficult for you to do. It was something you were stuck in your head about a lot. You were just anxious and stressed, and there was a lot of inner turmoil. But I feel like you guys really have been working on bringing your own Tower moments, because you've done enough work inwardly to know that sometimes we cannot take people we love with us. And that, I feel like, has been a huge burden for you to go through this year, and I'm really sorry about that. But in the next year, I feel like you're going to be reaping all of the rewards from all that hard work you've done. You will have people coming in because you've made space. People who are able to really appreciate you and what you have gone through, and maybe they can relate. But we can't put something on a shelf if there's no space. And it's the same way. We can't bring people into our lives if there's no room. And I feel like that's something that you guys are really going to be having come in for you, is new people. This is the Work Your Light Oracle. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking and face your true north. You've already done all the work. The work is done. And I know that you've had to work so hard that maybe it's difficult for you to be able to relax and realize that there's nothing you need to do right now and you can just take a break. Because sometimes when we've been working on ourselves so hard, working and healing and working and healing and working and healing, it's hard to get out of that and actually realize, like, hey, maybe, just maybe, we can chill. And we have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're coming into an entire different life. Like a whole new life is coming for you this year. And it's because you've been devoted to cutting the people off that are not supposed to be with you, even if that hurt. And you've also been able to, even when you felt alone, because this is a very lonely process. A lot of us who've been through it know that it can be very lonely, and having to learn to meet your own needs instead of having other people help you with that. And there's nothing wrong with getting help, but sometimes that's a lesson we have to learn. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I feel like this has really helped you to gain insight into the things that are unseen and the messages that you might not have been able to take in at the beginning. So not only are you bringing people in like the 3D and the physical, but I feel like you've also made more space for like your spirit team or spirit or the universe, whatever you want to call it. You've made space in pretty much every aspect socially that you can, and that's really helping you to go to the next level. I mean, I feel like over the course of the next year, you're going to build an entire different life, like I have said, and you're going to look back and be like, that was an entire different lifetime ago. It's like living more than one life in the same body, which is super awesome, and I'm very excited for you guys. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle. Loyal Heart wants to come out immediately. Time to go. You guys have been loyal to yourselves and to this process and leaving and choosing the path that you knew was right, even though it was the hardest. And I feel like this is really going to bring in, since there's two here, we have the Lovers. I'm not saying it's a relationship. It could be, but I don't want to say, because I want this to be as general as possible so that it can fit as many people's narratives as it needs to. But I really feel like you're going to get some soul family coming in, and if that is just like a romantic relationship, it's going to be like finding treasure. Like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, a whole ass adventure. It's going to be such a good year for you guys, and I'm so very, very excited. Like, I want to come with you. This is a very good thing. Look at that. We have Fabulous. No, and subscriptions. So you're not going to subscribe to anybody's nonsense, nobody's drama. You're making a home for yourself because you've been learning. this last entire year, and maybe even longer than that. How to deal with jealousy, how to deal with just things that don't serve you, really. And it's made you look at yourself too. It's not like you're just cutting off other people. It's that you are cutting out the parts of yourself that you know are not good. You're like giving yourself surgery, kind of. That's pretty graphic, but that's really what I can relate it to, is cutting out the parts of you that are no longer good for you. And it is a painful process, like surgery, and healing does take time. But justice is coming in for you guys, and I am so, so excited. This is huge. You've done something absolutely monumental, and it is paying off in all of the right ways this year, in so many different ways. But let's get you some angel numbers to look out for this year, and I'm so excited for you guys. Number 11, I am intuitive. This is something you only could have gone through if you were able to really sense things instead of see things, and feel things instead of see things. And a lot of this has been stuff that you can't prove, and that is by far the hardest for me personally, is like knowing something, feeling something, hearing something, but you can't prove it. Not another soul on this earth will know until it's already, until way later, whenever it does happen. And you've had to struggle with this the whole time by yourself, because people are going to think you're crazy, and they're not going to believe you anyway. And I mean, it doesn't matter if people think you're crazy or not, but still, like, I get it. It's lonely, but 777, I am in the flow. You guys have learned your lesson, and you have done everything exactly how you needed to, even if there were bumps, even if there were setbacks, even if you feel like this has taken you a lot longer than it should have, it did not. You had to do this the way that you did, and you did it just fine. You did nothing wrong. And you had to learn these lessons. And even if that put you in a situation that was very difficult, because I see that it was so you could learn this, because sometimes we can't learn anything if we're not put in a situation where we have to. I'm not saying that whatever happened was fair. I'm saying that you guys have learned what you needed to from it, and you're closing that cycle out. We have number 17, I am independent. You have really learned to be with yourself, to love yourself, and to allow other people to love the best parts of you, because that's what you are giving yourself. And showing yourself is the love that you want. And that's what I'm seeing for you, Sponge. This year is going to be so great, and you're going to reap all of the benefits, all of the rewards that you have been working so hard on. They're actually going to come in the 3D. It's going to actually come in and be physically in the present for you in a way that is tangible. All right, my pile number 3, you guys chose the snail. Let's see what all good things are coming to you this year. We are going to start off with the Everyday Tarot. And because you chose the snail, I feel like you've been working on something for a long time. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Whoa. The Eight of Cups. And Judgment. So I feel like you guys have been learning the process of taking care of yourselves in the material, financial way. And that is a very long journey. Whether you're in debt, whether you're not, whether you live alone, whether you don't, whether you have bills, kids, it really doesn't matter. Learning how to take care of yourself financially is a very big lesson. And you have done a lot of work on it. And this is something that you're going to continue doing. And I know that doesn't sound great. But with the Judgment, like, it will be over. You guys will be through the biggest part of this struggle. And this chapter is going to be closing for you, because you have been working so very hard. You've had to walk away from a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms, I feel like, and a lot of maybe you were an emotional spender, or maybe you were kind of avoidant in really recognizing where the issues were and how you were not able to make as much progress as you wanted to because you've been working on this, but in a way that's not been like taking care of it and in the most sustainable way, kind of thing. Like you've had to double down. This is the chibi anime. What is this? Oh, I gotta find the book. This is the chibi anime angel cards oracle. Benevolence and gifts. So, like I said, you guys have been finding your way through this, and you have had help in, you know, the spiritual aspect of it. But I feel like this is more of a, like an emotional type of lesson you've been working on. Because a lot of times having to take care of ourselves financially is something that we tie into emotions, whether we know that or not, whether we understand that or not. It's something we do come to understand with time. But I'm saying that this is going to be over, like I said, and you are going to be able not only to receive abundance and gifts and all of that because you have worked so hard, but also able to perpetuate that type of thing and have more to give to others and more to give to yourself. Spending more on yourself without feeling guilt, or having the ability to spend more on yourself because you have planned for that and you've learned how to really delay your satisfaction instead of wanting instant gratification, which is something that we struggle with in this society for sure. We have the life purpose oracle. Protected oracle cards. Creative expression. Spiritual teacher. And speaker. So I feel like this is a big life lesson for you guys so that you could help other people to learn the same thing, but in a way that also helps you to continue learning. And you are safe, your finances are safe, but maybe all of the struggle has been something that has led you to become more spiritual. Maybe this is all new to you, and that's absolutely fine. But taking care of yourself materialistically is something that is a huge life lesson that a lot of people go their whole lives and they never learn. And you guys are closing that out, and this is a monumental thing for you. And I feel like it's really led to a lot of other things, either intentional or otherwise. And it's just been like a snowball thing where it's turned into a lot of really good things. It's taken a lot of effort. But I feel like you guys are really going to be seeing like the reward part this coming year. Because I know I'm talking a lot about past tense. But honestly, I really feel like things that are going to be happening this year, they might be gradual for you. They're going to be positive, and it's still going to be some work. But I think that one of the biggest things is you're going to be able to look back and see where you were a year ago, where you were 6 months ago, and see how much progress you really truly have made. And that's going to really be surprising for you guys. And that progress is not the only thing that's coming in for you that's good, but that is a very rewarding thing to be able to look at. This is the Angels of Abundance deck. Life review. Look at that. Taking inventory of your life. What did I just say? So you're not done completely yet, but you have made so much progress already. Moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations and capitalize on those cycles. So, and we also have gifts from God. So you will be getting abundance. You will be having blessings. All of that is coming. But also, you guys are really just learning about the cycles of life and how one thing leads to another thing, leads to another thing. And how really having compassion for yourself, even if it does mean you have to do things you don't want to do or that are uncomfortable, because that's one of the main best ways to heal, even if it sucks. It's just part of the process. We also have relationship harmony. So you guys are going to be able to spend more time, I think, with the people that you do care about. You're going to be able to have more courage to see other people, maybe to meet people, to get out of your bubble some, because you might have been in hermit mode for however long you've been doing this, and that's fine. That's probably necessary. But this is really going to be able to catapult you into meeting people, into having new experiences socially, and that's going to help you emotionally, spiritually, all the things. And it's crazy to see how one area is going to affect so many others. But I really do see that for you guys. There's going to be so much more coming in for you aside from abundance, aside from windfalls and money and all of that. Like, I feel like you're just going to be able to breathe easier. I really don't think that it'll be like over super duper soon. I'm not going to say like a time frame because I don't want to do that. But it's time to take action. Conclusions are within reach. And a win-win outcome is forecast. Everything you have been working towards, a new start is coming. Surrender to the divine. Everything you've been working on is going to come out and be tangible and visible for you this coming year. It's going to be so good for you, and you've worked so hard on this. And even if it is something you can't prove, or if it's something that's just on paper, or whatever the case may be for you specifically, you have been working so hard, and you've been receiving guidance, and you've been working with that and taking action, and that's bringing you so much, like a win-win out. Like, you can't lose. You've already done so much work. You're not going to be able to lose. Even if you go crazy and blow a bunch of money, it's not really going to be that much in comparison to what you used to. You're going to have self-control even without having to really, really, really think about it. Like, personally, I have a very tight budget. I'm a single parent on a very low income. I do work in education, and we all know that that's not something that you make a lot of money doing. But even if I do not super duper focus on my budget like I probably should, I still don't. Like, even if I overdo it, it's not by a whole lot, because I have trained myself over the years so hard to stay within a certain amount and to stay within the limits. Not to limit myself, but to be able to give myself the freedom to do what I need to do and still take care of us. Because that is my job, to take care of us. And in order for me to do that, I have to have money for food. I have to have money for, transportation, clothes, diapers, all of the things. I'm completely financially responsible for myself and my daughter. And that's my job. But I would not be able to do that without going further into debt if it weren't for me allocating so much into each area. And because I do that, and I have done that for so long, for so many years, even if I go overboard, it's not by a whole lot because I have that self-control. Just, it's like innate now. And I feel like that's something you guys are coming into, and that is so great to look and see, even if you did overspend in one area, that you can just kind of juggle things around a little bitty bit and it not just completely ruin you, and you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You're not, there's so much freedom that you guys are going to be able to feel from this. And I'm not trying to make this about me at all. It's just, that's the best way that I can explain it, because I have gone through that. And it's something, like, it's a continual process. I mean, as life goes, things change, you know, whatnot. But I really am proud of you guys for all of the work that you've been doing, because you've been killing it. And I know that it feels like paint drying, and it's not fun at times. We have money. We have wedding, school, jealousy, subscriptions, and also birthday. So 4 of these cards came out in a different pile. So if you're drawn to more than one, definitely check that out. I don't remember which pile it is. But anyway, you guys have money coming in, and even if you don't, I mean, I'm not going to say whether or not you will get like a huge windfall, because I don't know. It's going to depend. But you guys have really been learning about the money that you have coming in and how to spend that. And that's helping you to build a long-lasting, like marrying your lifestyle, if that makes sense. So that you are not going to subscribe to the jealousy, to the keeping up with the Joneses, to all of that. And that's going to help you be able to celebrate what you do have, what you have worked for, and the actual effort that you've put in, and how you've been able to fix what you have fixed, and heal the things that you need to. Because like I've said, emotional spending is absolutely a thing. And whether we believe it or not, whether we know it or not, a lot of our spending habits are tied to our emotions, are tied to our past, are tied to the way that we were raised, the beliefs that we have. And those are all things you have to work on. People don't like to think about finances and shadow work being a thing, but they really are. That's a lot of difficult work that you have to put in order to be able to truly succeed and truly make progress, is being uncomfortable and dealing with that discomfort and fixing that in a way that's going to help you have what you need and take care of yourself. That is self-care. Making a budget for a lot of people is not super fun. And it takes a lot of time, and you guys probably know this, you've been working on this, but it takes a lot of time to be able to go from the mindset of, I can't spend this, I have to do this, I don't have enough, this is why I have to budget, to I can spend this amount, I do have this much, I can do this, I can do that, because I have budgeted that amount. Or being able to pay, like I pay 6 months on my car insurance, and I put money back every month for that, like it is a bill. But because I pay it 6 months at a time, I owe less. And I wouldn't be able to do that if I were to just have to come up with however many $100 in one sitting. But I can do that because I planned for that over the course of the 6 months. And that's the kind of thing. And I can either look at it as, man, I'm down this much money every month, this is how much less I have, or this is how much I'm saving, and this is how much extra I have because I have done this. And that's a difficult mindset to be able to shift into, especially when you have kids, when you have a low income, when you have a lot of responsibilities. And even if you don't have all of those, you know what, even if you don't have a lot of bills, you still have to learn about money, and it is still just as valid of a struggle as anybody else's. But let's get you some angel numbers for the year. I'm really excited for you guys. Or 2. Okay, let's just chill out here. Number 2, I am diplomatic. Number 24, I am generous. Number 111, I am creative. 111. And number 26, I am tactful. This has really helped you guys mature. And these are the numbers that you can look out for. You're going to see all kind of numbers as this goes through, as you move through these changes and these realizations. And like I said, a lot of this is past tense. I'm not sure why I'm being told to tell you all that, unless you just need recognition for what you have done, because it has been a very big deal for you, even if nobody knows about it or if everybody knows about it. And this is something you're going to be able to help other people learn in a way that's going to make it easier for them. And it is a very big undertaking. I know people go through their whole entire lives and never take this on and just stay in a lack mentality, in a lack mindset, in a I never have enough, I don't have enough kind of thing their whole lives. And they don't ever learn to do this because it is uncomfortable and it does suck. And you guys know that, and you've been through that, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. We also have 1111, I am awakening. I feel like this has just been like a life-changing thing for you. So much more than just numbers. So much more than just bills. So much more than just anything. And if this doesn't have to do with money, or if this is not your pile, I'm sorry. But if it doesn't have to do with money, maybe it's emotional funding. Like maybe you've had to learn where to budget your emotions and how you can only spend so much energy in one area. You can only spend so much effort in one area. You only have so much to give, and you have to budget out giving. That's another way to look at it. It's the word budget can be for anything, whether it is emotions, whether it is action, whether it is money, whether it is effort, relationships, any of it. And you guys have learned a very, very important lesson lately, and you're closing that up, and you're going to be feeling so much better and so much more stable and safe. You are safe. Even if you've had to go through a very, very difficult time where maybe you weren't, or you didn't feel like you were, you are now, and you have done that for yourself. That is something that you did. You did this. And you should be so proud, because I'm sure that a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever, this is something you could only dream of finishing and doing and being able to have completed. But you've done it. And you, like, snails be slow, but they get it done. So congratulations, pile number 3. This is going to be a good year for you. You're going to be able to really see the benefit of everything you've been doing. You're going to be receiving abundance in so many different forms. It's going to feel like your birthday, so many different ways. And you're really, really going to feel like celebrating in ways that a lot of people will never feel. And I'm very excited for you.